Here we are with another great episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. And this one had a lot of moving pieces. A lot of things happened that were either A, explained or showcased in their battles and fights. But the biggest thing of all, like we had said, I believe even last week, that more than likely it was going to go over to Diablo and see what's going on his side. It actually did. And it did not disappoint. Diablo took center stage and, surprisingly enough, didn't kill anyone. It's gotta be hard for him because I'm sure he could easily kill anybody thanks to the fact that he's now obedient to Rimuru, and Rimuru has said, hey, no killing if you can help it. He's like, all right, cool. He didn't. All he did is kind of showcase his aura and everyone fell beneath his feet. So kudos to Diablo taking charge of this. Not a single person lost their life in this whole episode, even though it had some really amazing moments. The nail in a coffin had to be when Glinda's like, her first initial fight was the dagger, and he's like, yeah, so by the way, physical attacks don't harm me. Well, apparently she's all but physical attack because she had the dagger, she's about to, I assume about to use her gun, but then she's like, yeah, I'm out of here. And then she starts running away. Oh, that was beautiful. Just a poetic moment because Diablo, you would really think Diablo would be going over here and killing everyone, especially with the fact that the main theme song shows him slashing through people like crazy, that it was going to happen this way. It didn't. So I find it interesting of the reporters here. The reporters seem to be on the sidelines, and it's actually nice of Diablo to give them a shield, kind of the same difference of the shield and the previous season when Rouge snapped his fingers and the shield came up that now even Rimuru can do because he copied it. I want to give special attention, now it's off to the side here, but give special attention to the blue-haired reporter. If you go back and watch this episode again, pay attention to her, because even though she's been almost in every scene where they talk about the reporters and it shows her, she stands out because, you know, here you have all these other normal reporters, but then you have this girl that's blue-haired. Why would they do that if it wasn't for the fact that she might be someone important? I feel that she might be one of the observers that was left behind by the merchants at the beginning of the episode, how they said that, you know, they'll leave an observer, see how things go and such. It makes sense to have an observer. As you could tell, reporters are not someone that get attacked. So if they're not getting attacked, then it's good to have someone going off saying, hey, I'm a reporter, when you're actually observing everything that's happening, report back to the people in charge what actually happened. And in this case, these guys are reporters for other nations to give the news about this grand battle that everyone is caring about in Falmuth. Here in this scene, Diablo's of course releasing his aura and all the troops are just kind of falling by the wayside because they just pass out from fear. And the reporters are like, he's just standing there, what's going on? They don't see any of this. They don't feel any of this. And it's just kind of funny. It could be whether it's just a shield blocking it, but it could also be it's just something that is more attuned to people that, you know, are battle hardened. And it's hilarious how they just like, hey, I don't see anything happening. What's going on here? Beats me. I'm just gonna sit here and keep writing. Apparently it's not that hard to go into the shield because it seems here later this guy is able to carry all the bodies and even the king's body into the shield, so apparently it's something you can walk in and out of. Now it's probably because Diablo permits him and is allowing him to do that, or it could be that if you are someone that is not a threat, you can just kind of pass through there with no problems. You know, there might be some circumstances and I might just be looking into this a little too hard, but I thought it was very interesting that it was a small detail that I think gets overlooked. Like, wait a minute, there's a shield, and the shield's supposed to block stuff, yet he can just walk in and out of, especially as he's getting the bodies. And then technically they're not dead, they're just unconscious, but as he's pulling everyone to safety inside the shield. I think this scene gives a better example of what I was saying about before about the blue-haired reporter girl. Notice how the 7 days, whenever they're attacking, that all the other reporters are cowering in fear, but she's the only one that actually doesn't care. She's just standing there because of the shield kind of blocking them. So it's almost as if she knew that she'll be safe and she's just standing there writing. So it does lead me to believe that there's definitely more to this character, and I'm looking forward to seeing if we're correct of whether or not is she one of the observers from the Eastern Merchant Guild, or is she actually tied to somebody else. But it can't be the fact that she's just a normal reporter. It can't be, because one, there would be no reason for the animators to make all these other reporters being normal, and then one blue-haired reporter just sticking out like a sore thumb in the middle of everything. So this is definitely a clue towards something that may pop up in the future. It's just, as an anime only watcher, I have no idea. I can just only point out some inconsistencies. Now, it's absolutely foul that the 7 days actually show up here, which even I was saying, like, why didn't this episode kind of show us what happened at the end of Hinata's fight? It wasn't until this moment later that you realize, oh, okay, the 7 days show up, so they can't show the 7 days showing up in one battlefield and not have them show up in another battlefield. Here we have the days come, or luminaries days, however you want to pronounce them, but here they are coming to the battlefield as the actual perpetrators in this whole fiasco. They're over here now trying to clean up the mess and set their own tone. For example, if they kill off the reporters, they could be like, hey, the reporters from other nations died to Rimuru's hands, so you know what? Rimuru's the big bad guy and we gotta deal with him, and pull more nations into the actual battle. And of course, they want to get rid of Hinata, so they're gonna stop any of the other knights from healing her after she took a blast like that. And they want to kill off Rimuru as well, so Rimuru's battle isn't even finished. So we'll see whether or not if these guys have special abilities that can actually deal with Rimuru, or if they're just gonna fall by the wayside like everybody else. Overall, this had some good fighting, and as well kind of showcased some of the meetings we had before, discussions about different things. I just found it was actually pretty good that they displayed here on the battlefield as they're going around and the plot is actually developing. Diablo able to redeem himself from his mistake from previously, just showing up in the middle of the enemy camp and be like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm Diablo. I'm the guy you're looking for. Awesome moment. Tell me, what was your favorite moment? Definitely leave a comment down below, and make sure you guys like the video because we'll definitely discuss this and several other anime here on the channel. Don't be a stranger. I love to have you guys here for more in the future. You guys be safe, take care, and Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. Phenomenon.